All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division and the 140-pound division, where we've got some sneaky business afoot as Teofimo Lopez may be setting himself up for one of the biggest fights in boxing down the road, or Bob Arum could be setting up to do the biggest COCK blocking expedition that we have seen in a while. And we will be looking at Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford all over again in the weight that we would have for a fight. Now, I'm saying that because of the WBO Super Championship that Teofimo Lopez has applied to receive. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be in the 140 and the 147-pound division, where some moves are being made that will impact the division moving forward, as we are now leaving the era of the Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford domination of the welterweight division. We are going to have a new influx. The young fighters are already there, but those belts are going to have to go somewhere. And it appears to me that Top Rank is going to stick their finger in the pie and prop up, and I'm sorry, I got to say, because that's what I believe, prop up a top-ranked fighter with that WBO belt and hold on to it for the foreseeable future, therefore blocking any real chance at us getting another undisputed fight at 147, and I will explain why. Now, before I do that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your support. It really means more than you know. This video, let me give this out to my big Jaron Ennis and Teofimo Lopez fans. I hope y'all out there. I don't have a lot of Teofimo Lopez fans, to tell you the truth. Y'all come around every once in a while when he's about to fight to yell at me or call me biased or something like that. But I don't know why. I like Teofimo Lopez. I think he's a terrific fighter. I give him credit for being an undisputed champion, something that a lot of people refuse to do. But I do, because I think that that's right and I think that's fair. And I ain't got no horse in that 135-pound race, to tell you the truth. Not as far as all those belts go anyway. But let's get into this. News came out that Top Rank has applied to the WBO for Teofimo Lopez to be named the super champion at 140 pounds. Now, what is a super champion? A WBO super champion. Got to give you the rule. What is a WBO super champion and what does it mean? There are two things that a WBO super champion gets that a WBO champion does not get. And it is different, and it is starkly different than what you get when you are a WBA super champion or a WBC franchise champion, which is the WBC's version of the WBA super championship. And it is this. You get two things you get, one thing you don't get. The WBO super champion gets to has mandatories, but their mandatory is extended from 12 months to 18 months. So Terence Crawford is the WBO super champion at 100. He's a WBO super champion in any weight class he goes to. But he was first the WBO super champion when he moved up to, I think, 140 pounds and immediately got a shot at the WBO belt at 140 pounds. And then he immediately got a shot at Jeff Horn at 147 for the WBO with Jeff Horn. And if he moved up to 154 pounds, he would immediately get a shot at Tim Tszyu when Tim or Jermell Charlo, who currently holds it, or Tim Tszyu, who will hold it on as of September 30th, 27 days from now, he would be able to get that shot automatically. So as the WBO super champion at 140 pounds, he would immediately be able to go and fight for Terence Crawford for the WBO title if he moves up. Now, is Terence Crawford going to be there? No, Terence Crawford is not going to be there. Terence Crawford by that time will have already probably vacated his belt because he already announced his intentions to fight Jermell Charlo or Canelo Alvarez. Or first of all, he has a rematch at 154 with Errol Spence. And then after that, he will take other fights at higher weight classes if he beats Errol Spence. So what does that do for Teofimo Lopez? For Teofimo Lopez, it gives Teofimo Lopez an immediate shot at that vacant belt, which would be against either of two people. Cody Crowley, from what I can see from the rankings, it would either be Alexis Rocha, who I do believe is number 1 in the WBO, or Cody Crowley, who I do believe is number 2 with the WBO. Either one of those scenarios, Teofimo Lopez gets to fight him first. Now, what does this do for the 147-pound division? It prevents for a while an undisputed title shot because the other 3 belts, which are the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF, are probably going to get wrapped up pretty quickly. I suspect that it could take place within a year that we'll get another 3-belt title holder in the welterweight division. And I think that that's going to be Jaron Ennis. Now, why do I say that? I say that because if Terence Crawford vacates the belts, and it doesn't really matter, Errol Spence Jr. beats Terence Crawford, Errol ain't coming down either. So Errol or Terence, boom, they move up to Errol and Terence going to 154, going to 160, going to 168. That means that they're not coming back down to 147. So automatically, Jaron Ennis will become the IBF champion because he's the IBF interim champion. Automatically, Emmanuel Stanionis becomes the WBA champion because the WBA Super Championship goes away. That leaves him as the only champion for the WBA and hence the WBA champion. The WBC, so immediately those guys become champion. The third belt other than the WBO was the WBA. We're having a fight on September 30th between Yordenis Ugas and Mario Barrios. They'll be fighting on the undercard of the Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez fight. And the winner of that that's a title eliminator. They will be able to fight for the vacant title against the number 1 guy in the division, Keith Thurman. So if you count from September, right? And you just say that from September, because the longest it will take for a unification, for a fight for that belt to be, a fight for that vacant to be taken will be like 4 months after September. So, right. So October 30th, November, December, January, in the late January timeframe or late February timeframe, you could easily have a fight for the vacant title between Keith Thurman and Yordenis Ugas or Mario Barrios. I would suspect it would be Yordenis Ugas, but hey man, Mario Barrios can fight too, which means that would, and then around the same time, you can easily have a fight between Stanionis and Jaron Ennis, which sets up that a fight with Keith Thurman maybe 4 or 5 months later in the middle of next year. So by the middle of next year, say 8 August, September, say August or September, then you're in a position to have Keith Thurman or the winner of Keith Thurman and Ugas or Barrios fight the winner of Stanionis and Jaron Ennis, which I believe will be Jaron Ennis and then Jaron Ennis. And then from there, you got the WBO. You got Jaron Ennis with 3 belts, maybe Keith Thurman with 3 belts. And then you've got the vacant title for the WBO, which would be fought for probably, around the same time, but that would probably be Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez has 2 years left on a deal with Bob Arum, and we'll see whether or not Bob Arum wants to make that fight with Jaron Ennis for an undisputed fight. But theoretically, it could happen that year. It would be a lot easier to take place, however, if Cody Crowley is the guy that gets the shot, but he won't be because Alexis Rocha is number one, right? So Alexis Rocha beats Teofimo Lopez, which I don't see taking place. Either that belt's going to go over to the Golden Boy, or the belt's going to go to Top Rank, which allows Teofimo Lopez to do what Teofimo Lopez wants and to have Top Rank have a foothold in the 147-pound division, where and it may be eventually, whoever Jose Ramirez and the other guys they have at 140 who've been waiting to get up to 147 for a while will have a bunch of unnecessary fights over there. But anyway, just want to let you know that's how I see it playing out. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.